Hello again, and welcome to my video series on the 36 channels. Today we're going to move beyond the format channels. And for some time I considered the option of, after the formats, move upwards through the power column. And well, no, that would take me too much into the penta and all that stuff. And it's not the purpose of this series. The purpose of this series is to introduce you to a much deeper way to identify the themes that are associated to any channel that is defined in your design, and at the same time, still be able to see it at the most basic level, the most obvious level of its functioning, which is always, the way it manifests through the centers. So I thought I would rather introduce the channels to you by, linking them through the one aspect that they have in common. And we started at the root, and, you can see that there is 9 channels coming out of the root. So, I want to stay with these root channels. And, we looked at the 3 root channels that connect the root to the sacral center, and we know that they're called format channels, and we know why they're called this way. So there's 3 other channels that connect the root to the spleen. And of course, it's a very different function. This is about the pressure to stay alive, the pressure to stay healthy, the pressure to stay clean, both in the form and in the spirit. And then there is 3 channels that move through the solar plexus, which has its own standards, and we'll deal with that when we get there. For today, I want to move to the channels of the spleen, because the spleen, being the oldest of our awareness center, it always comes first. Okay? And I do want to show you by starting with the root channels that connect the root to the spleen. There is no other place to start than with the channel of struggle. And still, when you look at the channel of struggle, you cannot really separate it from its format. You cannot separate the format channel from any channel that is part of the same circuit of which it is the format, but particularly not the 2 channels or the 1 channel. In the case of the knowing circuit, you will see it's 2 channels, that depart from the same center where the format channel is, the root, pressure. Because this is, the 1 channel that is closest to understand the dynamics that are brought about by the format. So the struggle, the channel of struggle, you see, it is, if you look at the keynotes of the channel of mutation, then you will immediately see what the struggle is about. Whether you relate it to gate 60, limitation. Now this is what struggle is about. Struggle with the limitation of not knowing what to think, not knowing what to do, not knowing what to be, not knowing what to care for, not knowing anything. Struggle with that. You see, this is very different than what gate 60 does. Gate 60 is the gate of acceptance. It accepts limitation. But the gate 38 says, wait a moment, Why should I accept it if I can do something to overcome it? You know, this is why this is the channel of struggle. If I have no other way, I may end up accepting it. But first, I need to test it. I need to test it. You see, this is why we have this root channel, the channel of struggle that is the fuel and the potential of the stream of intuition, you know, carries a design of stubbornness. Stubbornness. You know, it is not designed to believe at face value when other people tell them, hey, this is the limit. Why? Why? Who says so? Based on what? Is it always so? Is it like this for everybody? Or is it just a trip that you are laying on me? Or is it just something that you believe because someone else told you to? Remember that the polarity of gate 60 is gate 56 in the throat, the gate of I believe. So the struggler knows that too many people believe in certain limitations that used to exist, that used to be real, that used to be meaningful. But they carry no value whatsoever for the struggler in the now. And you see, the channel of struggle being a splenic channel, the purpose inherent to the struggle cannot come out of anywhere else than out of the now. The now.